sailing for many years. Tried to find you and face my fears. Yes, I've been dreaming.
Things together.
What is this stuff? I don't know. On the boat, I mean, you really only see this is probably what is inside the boat here. But then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where maybe the pressure is more than we'll find out when we go down there.
The one thing is, if you qualify anyone using periscope, you get contacts for free. And then submarine.
Really?
Place you get for free. But yeah, if I qualified any of those watch stations, they also just freaking lazy. They would just put me doing their job, and they would do nothing. So yeah, so we were like, dude, we're just not gonna qualify. If you stains don't want to support, you know, you want to freaking just take yourself off the watch bill and we qualify. We're not doing it. So we did. I did everything except for the final interview. Just gonna do it. Bestiality versus hidden camp.
Where do you see Manila? Yeah.
Big attacks out of Hawaii and Manila, Japanese planes and ships launch. Japanese repulsed.
Oh. There's when Manila was hit at 9:30 p.m. Pearl Harbor was at 3 a.m. So just hours after Pearl Harbor. Got different scales on all this stuff.
They built these till the end of the war.
Well, 41, yeah.
Well, I guess that was kind of forced. That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all packaged here. So you have two tube circuits that just do solid. So one is a wave that pulls it to the edge, one is a wave that spins it around. Or two waves. But they just invert the wave, so that's what makes the circle. And then the second one pulls it to the outside. It just goes around at a set rate, and then when the sound comes back, it makes a bright spot in the direction of the tank. Really simple. For building in your basement, if you had the vacuum tubes, and you do a lot of stuff from Radio Shack. Oh, maybe not.
Radio Shack still exists. Yeah, it's online. Yeah. The most expensive ballast ever was in a submarine was 20 tons of gold and silver carried by USS Trout from Corregidor, Philippines to Pearl Harbor. Gold and silver came from the banks of the Philippines.
Oh my gosh, it's like pull up the lead ballast and line the ballast with the bilges with gold. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had that when you're going to the Persian Gulf, it's the water's so warm, you'll be too heavy. Because the warmer the water is, the less your buoyancy. So we had to offload like 6 tons of lead ballast. So these lead ballasts, it's rubber-covered lead bricks, 75 pounds a piece.
Jeez.
And we had to hand over hand these things. It was the best workout of my life. You had to hand over hand these things all the way up. And then the jerks on the tender, they would not move them by, like using a Galley or something. They made us, we had to put more guys up there, hand over handing them. to get them into the storage. They wouldn't provide any support with equipment. Jerks. And then when you come back, you got to put it all back on. It's a little easier. I think we came up with a guy like that.
Going down then.
Yeah, it was quicker. Use more mechanical stuff to get it down. They left it. Yeah, it was just. Yeah, I did the hatch for a little while. 75 pounds like this. Legs over your head. 75 pounds. 80 legs over your head.
That'd be a good workout.
Might be what destroyed my back. I thought, man, I thought I had a strong back. Yeah, download some gold and stick it down there. You don't need a rubber cover it. It doesn't corrode. Silver. The problem with steam torpedoes, they left a big bubble away, so I can see them coming. The minus, yeah, that line of bubbles, so you can see the bubbles coming at you.
Just like in the movies.
Yeah. It required the front of the thing picks up noise and goes towards it, it's an electric torpedo. So on the firing range, it had a shadow. It was loud to go all over the surface. And the pickup, then they had a helicopter hang out and pick it up. That's right, it has a balance thing it does. It's not a public source model, they see it, they pick it up. Kind of like one of those Chinese info things. But the thing was, right, that torpedo was in its back. It picked up the sound of the torpedo and it jumped out into the water. They got a picture out of the water.
Oh, really?
Going after this helicopter. Yeah, the electric one. Yeah, I can't imagine.
You wind up a ghost because you don't know you're dead.
Yeah, the worst thing they ever put on us, they had this experimental thing. And they're like, here's the idea behind it. We put this like little sensors on the back of you. So if somebody shoots a torpedo at you, you can see it like once it gets really close, you can see it coming in. And then it can start to mimic the action to try to fake it out, to get it to drive away. And then like, but it was all had all these designs on how it was going to show how close the damn thing was to you. Dude, once it's in the range and it would detect it, dude, once it's in that range, you're dead. Dude, it's like seconds. It's like, what the hell?
So that sounds kind of pointless.
It was like, it was stupid. It's like, okay, so the last 2 seconds of my life, I'm going to know it's coming. That's just what I wanted.
Won't be a ghost.
I thought, I don't want that damn thing. But then I watched something else. Shut it off. Hedgehog, it just throws them out in a circle. So that way we're close. So I can't imagine they would go more than 2,000 yards. So if you were that close, you were stupid. About me, that's what
Did you see the rescue bell?
yeah, they call it the Bunks in the chamber. These are 1939. This is small. So the first commanding officer of this submarine was a survivor of that squall sinking.
All right.
That's interesting. Yeah, so this thing.
Is that the John Nichols right there? One of the rescue submariners was John C. Nichols, would become Silverside's last skipper.
Oh, was it the last skipper? I thought it was the first one. Okay, I guess the way they list on this backwards. I think they list new owners. I know people that served them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, The 80s.
To like practice detecting and stuff? Or
You know, they had their uses because the electric's very quiet. We used them. No, but it was very vulnerable. The Russians did play very nice. Yeah, the Russians wanted to they just drive back and forth on top of it. You can't come up, they'll hit you. Yeah, he got forced down for a long time. They had to send down a bunch of ships to drive the Russians away so they could come up. All that superstructure under there. How long it takes to clean and paint that crap? Yeah, I mean, they're actually doing a good job of maintaining this, because this would be nasty if they weren't. That's a lot of work. Good Lord. Also, see this one has the attack center. Yeah, that's the neat thing with these World War II submarines. The conning tower has a pressure-tight chamber in it. So that's going to be interesting to see. I've never seen one of these. I've heard about it. Yeah, from the guys that served on these. Well, this is a pressure hull right here. It's separate from the pressure hull below. This thing has got so many damn hatches on it. That's a transducer. How tight is it? Oh, it looks like a sonar transducer. But it wouldn't have this on it. Maybe it would. Never seen one like that. Interesting. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on this thing. Older technology with better ways on a lot of stuff. Yeah, you want guns.
that's the torpedo motor.
It doesn't break down, I guess it just stays here. That's interesting. Unless maybe it did break down, but they're quick to set it up. You would think that they would remove this when they go
It looks like it would fold and become the cover. Yeah.
Oh, the deck there, yeah. So they've just built in under it. So yeah, you used to drop down and be flat. That's a lot of work. You can see where they've worked on it. You gotta climb down. You gotta maintain all that crap. But I know it's freshwater. It's probably not as bad.
Yeah, probably not.
Another hatch, man. Dude, they've got plenty of hatches.
Yeah.
One here, two there, one there, one way back here. You know, I guess because when you're traveling on the surface, most of the time you got to get down below. Yeah, they have people all over up here. It would be seconds to get down all these hatches because they got so many hatches to get down.
We are here at the other side of the channel. Last 4th of July we were there. Of course there are boats. We are touring the USS Silverside submarine.
When what?
You wind up the reflex.
Oh, up there?
See that one? You wind it up. That's pretty cool. Obviously, it has to go down. That doesn't work. Yeah, I wish they still made those. Love that one. They're all battery powered now, but probably much more accurate. But I mean, that was a quartermaster. You had to go around once a day and set those. They had a law of each one. They'd be set. It all had to be exactly on the same second. So he'd have his stopwatch, he'd go around and he'd set every one, so they were right on the second.
So you wanted to see the torpedo tube to see if it
blue looks red to me. Small frame. Compartment foot, you gotta check the pressure for the opening.
Can we all get in there?
You can sit there, that's the supply officer seat. Because on submarines, that's what's very different with submarines from surface ships is the enlisted crew eat the same food as the officers. And the supply officer is in charge of the food, so they have usually 2 sittings for the officers. So the supply officer always had to eat at the first sitting. And the captain would sit here, the supply officer sat directly across from him. So that if the food wasn't any good, and this is only on submarines, so the tradition on the submarine, the supply officer sat there, the captain sat here, if the food was no good, he could throw it at the supply officer. And they would. So the food, and then, yeah, that's why submarines have very good food. Yeah, best food in the fleet. Yeah, I rode a surface ship. I had thought maybe it was just a...
Oh, it's just a story?
Story? Oh, no, yeah. Our food is way better. Way better than the surface guys. Them poor guys, man. They eat that crap. Yeah, these are pretty small staterooms. Yes, it's a bench and then a desk. 2-man stateroom. Yeah, so you do your work, you like the bench. Obviously, ones on the nuclear submarine are bigger, but... Yes, this did you get their own sink? What?
It says it's the officer's quarters.
Yeah. Staterooms, I what they call them.
Yeah.
Stateroom. They get their own sink, though. They didn't have that in nuclear submarines. I had to share a bathroom. You didn't get your own sink. It's just a bowl when it folds down. I don't think it's don't they get it folded down? Unless you see your spare lamp. Doesn't say. Rebound. That's JOs. Well, I think as you move up, you get, yeah. I imagine the more senior officers get the little ones with the 2 bunks. The junior officers would get this. This is, yeah, foreman stations. Don't get your own sleep though, that's kind of cool. Oh, the yeoman shack, of course. There was 2 administrative types, yeoman and personnel. The yeoman served the officer, and the personnel that served the enlisted. But they do the same job. Just the yeoman has to be more correspondent type of stuff. Cool. Joe emergency damage. Yeah, that's all your bills. It's a rig a compartment. You open it with a toxic bag that tells you everything you need to do in that compartment. Collision flooding bill. On collision alarm, some bulkhead flapper, some watertight doors, senior man present take charge, man to XJ phones, pass vital information, turn on emergency lights, and man lands on. So there's a little checklist you go through. So we have whatever they sound. So you had to, if you stood watching this space, you would have to know this by memory, every single thing.
Nah.
Before you qualify for that space, you'd have to know all of these immediate actions. So they got to hear you're supposed to pull it out. You actually take it out of this thing, you put it back when you're done. You still use it to make sure you didn't miss anything.
Checklist.
Yeah, it's like a checklist for each different situation. Yeah, this has a second bridge. So the attack bridge is up here. And the guy kind of, I mean, it's so long ago. But this is they're up there with the attack. So I've never seen this. Because this is only this class of submarine had this. And I don't know if they stopped doing that, but there was a reason they did that. And I don't remember what it was.
The attack bridge? Is that what you said? What is that?
Yes, which means the scopes would be up there. Yes, and the scopes are. So that's where all your fire control stuff goes on. So this is all ship's control. So I guess they would just call down, here's your help planes, unless they have a second station up there. It doesn't look like they do. Oh, but this looks like they have a station on the bridge. I see the cables. Straight boards. So the diving officer, when they rig for dive, like everything will be one color. So the green is closed, the red's open. So when they say we have a straight board, it means that everything's green. So it's all, this has a lot of all pictures. This, and then yeah, there's something to all this. Good board. That's a lot of stuff. So what is this thing?
It says right rudder here.
Still think about things in water. Wow, gauge for everything. This is the pump and move water. Different ballast tanks to control. Wow. I don't envy this guy. Dude, that was hard to qualify to watch. So the ballast tanks, as things move around, you have to adjust the weight. So if too many people move forward, you get heavy up front. You got to leave some water from up front to the back. That's how they do it.
But they moved to Australia.
So you have like levels of tanks and you pumps and you line up your valve, you start the pump and it moves water. Like when you first qualify, they do what they call a dive. Part of the dive party. The dive officers in charge of all this stuff. The chief will watch all of it. And so they'll get the whole crew will run all forward and then hang out and then they'll all run after. And then you have to sit there and see it starts going like this. Everybody goes after it's going like this and you have to watch, they watch to see what the reaction is. Butt kit. There you go. Straight up. You slide right in here. This thing comes out. You can hang it around. Here, you're next, smoking. Then you can hang it back up. That's cool.
They still allow that on subs? Nope.
All butt kits are gone. Snap your necks off. Now everybody choose the back up. This is a decent size. Yeah, it's all storage. Probably life jackets and stuff.
I don't think they're cooking, but I think we're eating.
You see 3 people each one of these.
Eating what?
That's 6, 12, 24 people. That's good size. Ours is a little bigger, but not much.
24 very friendly people.
Yeah, so yeah, you eat your, shut your mouth, eat your food, because other people wait. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, I like the newer design better. All these fold up. Almost fold up for a reason. I have no idea why. Probably because so you can clean. That would be the only reason. Make your closet twice it up and down so you can clean. It's just diesel and 2 generators. Then it's going to be an electric motor. There's a big start, there's a big ring for the start. Look at the size of the shaft. That's like a 12-inch shaft on that thing. And then the generators. So they got 4 of these things. There's a good amount of redundancy. You could lose 2 and you're probably still good to go. They got a lot of batteries somewhere.
Probably underneath.
Yeah, well, that might be what that is. I bet you that's what under the cruise quarters. I bet you that's all batteries.
Quite possibly.
They'd have to be. I don't know where else they would be. This thing only has 1 floor, realistically. I mean, you can kind of count underneath here as a floor, but you could go out and walk down around down there.
That's got an access plate right there.
Yeah, but that's not where anything is. You climb down there and do what you need to do, and you climb back out.
Right.
Yeah, it's not missing. Usually they're having a thing here.
Get you going through. I'm going through the wrong way.
Kind of interesting.
That smells.
That's oil.
That's diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel?
Yeah, it gives you that diesel fuel. Yeah.
That's kind of the submarine smell. Yeah, when you come back and see this is what all your clothes smells like. So you don't bring them in the house.
Even on the nuke?
Yes. This is what it smells like. It's little submarine. Die! They always get these because they stopped using these. You know, the dive thing, the Claxons. Yeah, they stopped using these, and but everybody liked them. So they'd have this new one, but yeah, we'd always do that. We had one, they just put it in there. Hit that one too when you dove. Just so you get the oh god, I died. Polishing the electric motor.
Electricity.
Two big electric motors in there. High voltage, very high voltage. Does have two battery banks, one forward, one aft.
No or yes?
4 generators, 4 diesels. And this electric motor's down here. This is the guide. So yeah, so the captain gives the order. All ahead 1/3, bing ding. He responds. So like this thing will move. The command one will remove, or the red one will move, then he's got to line his left to say that he's got the command, and then he does whatever he needs to do here. So I get my drink. He just moves these giant rheostats to get you up to what you need.
You want this exit?
Yeah, they set the tours from the front to the back, and then you leave. It's like we're almost to the back.
You go up the back and then try to see what's on the back deck anyway. Should be the aft torpedo room here.
I mean, we could invite saying need more people.
Same as the one in the front, which is a little smaller. I think it's 6 tubes in the front, 4 tubes are back here. And another damn hatch. This is the loading hatch, so it's interesting. Yeah, no, for some reason we like all planes better than the Los Angeles class and skipjacks all in sturgeons and Fairwater. So the planes are up on the bridge, which is close to the center of gravity, so they're used to change your depth. So you can pull up on the plane so you can keep the boat level and still increase your depth just with the lift of the planes. Not very fast. But most of your depth changes with angle. Because the turbulence and the lift of the hull gets you up to depth way faster than the planes ever get you there. So yeah, I think after a while they just realize that, hey, fairwater planes are waste. Why not use the angle of the ship to change depth? So why not just put bow planes and stern planes on? If your stern planes plane, you can still freaking control your angle of those. So we have 688Is and up we have bow planes. So they went back to bow planes.
Sometimes what works is what works. Right up to the fog today. So Robert's gonna fly a kite. Yeah, it's already flying.
So foggy today. The water is actually not cold. Muskegon State Park. Lake Michigan campground. It's colder than the fastest.
Pounding hard. Right now, I feel it. Focused in till I'm on the mark. Clear eyes, I see it. There's a choice inside the soul when it cannot hide. When confronted, it reveals what you can't deny. Every bruise and battle scar. This is who we